fellow followers, and welcome to FanZcene. And today I have for you my review of episode 1 of Freddy's Nightmares, the pilot episode called No More Mr. Nice Guy, directed by Toby Hooper.
No! Don't be afraid. This time, it isn't one of your nightmares. This one was mine.
The new horror streaming service Screambox recently announced that they were dropping both seasons in their entirety of Freddy's Nightmares, the Nightmare on Elm Street series, on their streaming service. And this show has been notoriously hard to find. And once I heard about this, I did a video about it. I signed up, immediately signed up, because I have been wanting to watch this show for a very, very long time, because it's been so long since I've seen it. I remember bits and pieces of it. I don't remember a lot of it, and considering I was a child mostly when it first aired in 1988. But, I signed up. And I watched the pilot episode, and I wanted to do a review of the pilot episode before I binge, before I enjoy, not really binge, enjoy the first 2 seasons. But the pilot episode is essentially a prequel to the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and it tells the story of how basically child murderer Fred Krueger becomes the dream demon Freddy Krueger. So it starts off basically, with the end of the trial of Fred Krueger, where he has been, captured and everything, and they're trying to put him away. But however, the police officer that arrested him did not read him his rights, so he gets off on a technicality. And the story kind of focuses on that police officer, the lieutenant, who, for some of it feels like he could have been Nancy's dad. Maybe they had that in mind when he made it. I don't really know. But he basically, this police officer, this lieutenant, caught Freddy in the act of trying to take out his daughter, and he has twin teenage daughters. And so, one of the daughters is traumatized now, and so in his rush to arrest Freddy and everything, he forgot to read him his Miranda rights, and thus letting Freddy get off. And when they run down the list of Freddy's crimes and the ages of his victims, it really makes you remember how evil Freddy truly is, because over the course of the movies, they got a little campy, they got funny, Freddy got funny, we kind of started rooting for Freddy over the victims, and that's cool and all, but Freddy is this true evil being, and this episode does a really great way of showing you how evil it is, kind of in the vein of the first one with Wes Craven, what he was creating in the first movie, with Toby Hooper created, expanded on in this. And there's a really great scene in this opening here when after Freddy gets free, and we kind of get Freddy vision. It zooms in on his eye, and it's kind of like the Predator style vision. It's not like heat waves, but sort of in that vein. And he basically sees everybody in the courtroom dead, and you hear screaming. He's just focused on these twin teenage girls, and he hears them screaming, and he's laughing because he knows what he wants to do with these kids. So it's really creepy. It's very disturbing. And so basically Freddy gets free, and he goes back to his boiler room, where he also has an ice cream truck, which shows you how he gets his victims. He has this ice cream truck, and we go into his boiler room, and we basically get the scene with some more Freddy vision, where he basically looking at this room where he does these horrible things to his victims. And it's pretty disturbing there too, because I like the evilness of it, because as much as I love campy Freddy and the joke cracking Freddy, just to see the true evil of him in human form of what he was before he became what he became is just it's a nice change of pace, and it works so well. And like I said, most of this episode focuses on the father, the lieutenant police officer who forgot to read him his Miranda rights, and what it leads to him and the town doing, because the town is mad, the prosecutor's mad, they want to track down Freddy, they want to take him out. He doesn't want to do, the police officer, he doesn't want to do it. He wants to abide by the law, and so he won't do it. But he's got cops watching his house, and Freddy tries to get his daughters again, and he kills the police officer outside, but he fails because the townspeople show up, and they chase Freddy back to his boiler room. And then the lieutenant guy, he goes there too, and he goes there to try and stop him, but then Freddy eggs him on, starts saying stuff and all this. So he basically eggs this man and his townspeople into burning him, and Freddy's saying, it's better to burn out than to fade away, and you've released me, you freed me. So it's just really creepy, because then they burn him and everything, and I like that it doesn't really explain how he got the dream demon powers in this, because the less you know, the more like scary it is. I mean, when you start trying to explain these slasher character villains, these iconic ones like this, they kind of lose something. So it's kind of nice to see them just like burn him, and then next thing you know, Freddy is Freddy Krueger. You know, he's burned up and everything, and so like the dad, the police officer, he's like basically starting to lose his mind because he's dreaming, and you can see the burgeoning of Freddy invading the people's dreams and everything, and he doesn't know what's real. And they do a nice little touch, like they take the body and they put it in the back of a junk car out in a junkyard, but then you don't know if he's there or not there, and you know, they do nice little dreams, and you get a little bit of the whole, you know, vibe of the Nightmare on Elm Street series as it goes on. And typically, though, like we know that Freddy punished the people of the town by taking their children, you know, after they burned him. And this, he kind of taunts the police officer first. You know, he's like, you know, he invades him and everything, and then, you know, kind of ends with, you know, Freddy taking his revenge on this police officer and killing him. And it's basically implied that he will go on and he will take care of the, you know, the rest of them, his kids, the girls and everything. And you know, it's just really creepy, and it was just really well done. And you know, it was a TV series, it was a pilot episode. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Toby Hooper, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre director, did a fantastic job on this. You know, I think the whole fact that it's TV and it was shot on tape and it's not big budget or theatrical type, but it's a story that resonates and was very well told, even in like on TV, cheesy acting, everything. It was done well, and it was creepy, and it reminds you how evil Freddy was. And it's like they released this human evil form into this, you know, like wisecracking, just pure evil demon that we tend to enjoy. And it just was really good, and I really enjoyed this pilot episode.
Jail couldn't hold him.
This man cannot be allowed to walk free.
And killing him was the worst thing they could do.
I'll be back!
Now, for the first time, see how Freddy Krueger became an unliving legend.
This night never ends.
See how it all began and why the nightmares will never stop.
You're dead! Big deal!
I do plan on going through this series and watching it, like I mentioned earlier, because it's been so long and I can't wait to get into them. I know not all these episodes are great or going to be bangers, but it doesn't matter to me because I like them. I like this, and cheesy, bad, whatever. It's fun. It's a good time, and it's just they don't make stuff like this anymore. And you know, just to throw in a little 2 cents here. I know Robert Englund is getting a little older and everything, but I would like to maybe to see this story kind of told in theatrical wise for one final go of Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, maybe a la, you know, like Darth Vader. You can have him, you know, since he doesn't have, he's getting old, he's in his 70s, maybe you can not have him in the Freddy makeup the whole movie. I know that sounds weird, but maybe you set it in like the late 70s, early 80s, and you kind of make it like a cop thriller slasher movie with Nancy's dad chasing Freddy, and, you know, maybe it leads to where Freddy is attacking the twin girls of the police officer that we see in this, and he stops Freddy, and, you know, he forgets to read him the rights, and, you know, it builds to that, into, you know, the court drama, sort of a little bit. You don't want to do too much court drama, but maybe into that. Then how he gets free, and then how like the people of the town get angry. Maybe Nancy's mom and the townspeople and the prosecutor and this cop eventually track him to the boiler room and burn him alive. And, you know, he becomes Freddy, and maybe he takes out his revenge, and he gets the teen girls, you know, as we see in most movies. That, you know, Freddy, like Freddy, we get that big scene near the end of the movie, like the third act, where he is Freddy and he starts taking out these teenagers and revenge on the family. Then it builds into the series. I think that would be really cool, and bookmark this for anybody, because if Warner Brothers or New Line tries to steal this idea, which I highly doubt they will, or we'll ever see this, or that will ever be made, but just in case, so they know it comes from old FanZcene. But anyways, if you want, I will put a link to Screenbox down in the description below for you guys, so you can go sign up, check it out. You get 30 days free and watch Freddy's Nightmares. And let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. What were some of your favorite Freddy's Nightmares episodes? What did you think about my review? Sorry if I went a little too long-winded, but let me know what you guys think about this. And if you liked the video, please give it a like. If you did not like the video, it's okay. You can give it a dislike. No hurt feelings here. Please share this video out for everybody to see. Wherever you guys are, please have a great, safe, happy, healthy day, morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Thank you for watching. Godspeed.
If the suspense doesn't get you, I will.